This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network.
Are our dreams just random images fired from an unconscious brain during sleep? Or something much more important, like life-saving inner guidance? How dreams can be healing and early warning tools for disease, financial crisis, or success. And love is still one of the behavioral science's greatest unanswered questions. Hello, I'm your host, author Kat O'Keefe-Kanavos. Welcome to Dreaming Healing, where dreams and cutting-edge scientific research meet on syndicated Dream Vision 7 radio network. Dreaming Healing is every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, when you can call in and ask Kat questions about your amazing dreams. Talk on air. Call toll-free, 833-220-1200. That's 833-220-1200. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Hey everyone, welcome to Dreaming Healing on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. And I'm your host, Kathleen O'Keefe-Kanavos. But hey, my friends all call me Kat, so I hope you will too. We're going to be talking about dancing in the eye of the storm tonight. And if you are just listening to this show right now and you'd like to watch, you can go to my website, either Kathleen O'Keefe-Kanavos, and that's KATHLEEFEKA, N as in Nancy, A, V as in Victor, OS as in Sam, or you can just search Kat, K-A-T, the Queen of Dreams. And I'll come up on the search bars and just click on it. It will take you to my website. As soon as you get to my website, you'll see these black buttons at the top. I think it's the second black button over from the left. It says radio show. Click on that button and it's going to actually take you to my website on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. It's a different website from my personal website, but you'll see my picture on there and you'll see Dream Vision 7 Radio Network and Dreaming Healing. And if you scroll down, you'll see the poster for tonight's show. And you'll also see what looks like a little box with antennae on it. I think it says YouTube on it now. Click on that and it's going to take you right to this show. If you're listening to this show later, if you're missing the live show, which it is tonight, it's live, you can always go to the archives right there from my website on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. Go to the archives and you can pull this show up on the archives, or you can Google it. You can Google it on Kat Kanavos show or Dreaming Healing show, Dancing in the Eye of the Storm. It'll come up on all the Google searches. You can click on it and you can watch it. Not just listen to it, but you can actually watch the show. So tonight, we're going to be doing chapter 7 from my book. A lot of you have bought the books. In fact, we ran out of it on Amazon. Somebody called me up and said, I ordered 3 books of yours on Amazon, and they sent me my money back for one because they ran out of them. So anyhow, they're back up on Amazon. Sometimes after I do these shows, people go in and grab the books right away, and they follow along with me as I'm doing this show. And so I invite you all, if you don't have the book yet, go get it. It's Surviving Cancerland, The Intuitive Aspects of Healing. And I wrote this book when I was going through my first cancer treatment, because I am a 3-time breast cancer survivor. And each time I was diagnosed with cancer, it was after I had had dreams telling me that my cancer was there, or it had returned 5 years later, or they didn't get it all the second time. It was in the other breast too. And so I kept a journal of my dreams that actually saved my life during that time. If I had just gone with the medical tests and the results of those medical tests, I'd be dead. I'd be dead because my tests were telling me that I was healthy, and my doctors were telling me to go home. And my dreams, which consisted of 3 monks that would show up. I'm not even Catholic. The 3 monks would show up in my dream. My dream would stop that I was dreaming, just like that, just it froze, just like your page on your computer. And there was a little circle in the middle, just like your page on your computer when it freezes. And that little circle opened up into a door. And through that door walked a monk that said, "Come with us, we have something to tell you." And they told me I had breast cancer. They took my hand in the dream, tactile dream, put it on my breast, said, "Do you feel that?" And I said, "Yeah," to them in the dream. And they said, "You go back to your doctors now and you tell them you need a second set of tests." So I've talked about this in many of my other my other shows. So long story short, it turned out the dreams were right and the medical tests were wrong. And I was in stage 2, very aggressive breast cancer the first time that it was in my lymph nodes. And the second time it was considered a 9 by 11 centimeter tumor, which is considered terminal. And I'm still here talking to you. So, hey, your dreams can save your life. They're your umbilical cord to the higher powers, to higher information coming from where you were before you were born. So when the umbilical cord is cut to our mother when we're born, the umbilical cord to those sacred dream doorways to, divine messaging is not cut. Those are your dreams. So I'm going to be talking from chapter 7 in my book tonight. And it's on page 38 for those of you who want to follow along that got the book. And it's called Dancing in the Eye of the Storm. And so what I'm going to be doing is answering some interesting questions tonight with this chapter. One of them, what does it mean to believe in your gut instincts and intuition? What does that mean? Are they the same? Are your gut instincts and your intuition the same? Are you beating yourself up right now because you're afraid of the naysayers who are saying there is no such thing as gut instincts? There's no such thing as intuition. They're all, they're all fakes. They fake having intuition. Or are you actually afraid to believe in yourself and believe that you came onto this earth plane with those gifts? What if What if you're constantly saying, well, I don't have those gifts. I can't get information from the divine. I can't get information from my prayers. I can't get information from my dreams because they're often very similar. And what if you are exactly where you need to be in life right now and you can't be anywhere else? So if you are one of those people who are saying, no, I can't tap into my intuition, maybe you're not there yet. Doesn't mean you can't. Just means you're not really there yet. We're going to talk about that also. So we're going to be discussing all of these questions tonight and much more right after we do our protection meditation. And I want to warn everybody that although I do have the door to this room closed, Loki is out lurking. Loki's my Siamese cat, for those of you who have not met Loki yet on the show. And he's a stinker. He can't open the door. I've tried bungeeing the door shut. I've tried putting things in front of the door. Those little paws of his are monkey fingers. And he can get that door open. He will come in and sit in my lap and sit right here on the table and watch you watching us. I can't see you like he can because I know he's seeing something and it's not me. So it's got to be you. So he may end up coming in here at some point. Don't be shocked. He does it on a regular basis and we just pet him so he doesn't start pulling the plugs out of the wall. So anyhow, for those of you who are with us for the first time, doing the meditation with us for the first time, just follow my voice. You'll be fine. There's nothing else that you have to do, okay? For those of you who are driving in the car right now and listening to us live, don't close your eyes. The meditation will still work, okay? And you can always go back at another time and watch us, all right, in the archives. So I want you to get really comfortable in your chair, wherever you're sitting, even if you're on the floor, just get comfortable. And I want you to imagine sinking into whatever you're sitting on. Just sink down into it. Feel your back becoming like water, just relaxing and flowing into your seat. Feel your shoulders getting a little heavy, just dropping. Feel your arms dropping down beside your body, just totally relaxed. Now I want you to take a deep breath in and fill up your lungs. Deep breath in now. Hold it. I want you to imagine something negative you saw or heard this week. And I want you to blow it out across the room out of that breath. That negativity is now going across the room into the purple flame of Saint Germain and being converted into beautiful golden light and returned to the universe. Watch it going up past the stars, past the planets, up to those pearly gates, turning around at those gates and coming straight down at the speed of sound, at the speed of thought, the fastest speed there is, into your seventh chakra and filling your whole body with warm golden light. Feel it tingling down from the tip of your nose, down to the tips of your toes, and back up. Now I want you to take another deep breath in. Hold it. Imagine anything negative someone said to you this week or that you said to them. In that breath of life, let's blow it out into the purple flame of Saint Germain. All the way out, gone. It's out of your body. Into the purple flame of Saint Germain. Watch it explode into beautiful golden light. Again, back up past the stars, past all the planets, all the way up through the darkness into the pearly gates. See it bounce off, turn around, and come right back down into your 7th chakra, filling your whole body with another layer of warm golden light. One more time. Deep breath in. Hold it. Imagine anything from your early childhood that was negative. Caught in that breath of life. Blow it out. Get rid of it. You don't own it anymore. Into that purple flame of Saint Germain. See it going back up through the stars as golden light. Up past the planets. Up to those pearly gates. Just making those pearly gates sing with energy. Making a U-turn and coming right back down at the speed of thought into your 7th chakra, filling your whole body with tingling golden light. Just feel your body tingling. Your forehead, your nose. Feel your thighs tingling, your toes. Let it tingle. Suck it up. Now I want you to imagine holding a power gift in your hand. Hold your hand out, imagine that power gift in there. And that power gift is anything of love that gives you power. Maybe your favorite flower, a favorite piece of jewelry, a deceased pet you're going to shrink down and hold in your hand. It's alive in your hand. Feel it, the warmth. Anything at all that holds the power of love. I want you to start swinging it all around your body to create a mirrored bubble all the way around you that only allows that which is of the highest and best, brought by your spirit guides and guardian angels, to enter that mirrored bubble. Anything else is reflected back from whence it came. We wish it so, and therefore it is. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes, take your time. Feel yourself completely re-energizing in your body and coming back to my voice. If you're having trouble getting back in your body, just put your hands together in the prayer position and press on them. Press all your fingers and your palms together. That's going to activate everything in your body. These are all the pressure points in your whole body. It's going to activate them and bring you back in. Just kind of, and you thought this was just for praying, right? No, it's actually for grounding. And when we pray with our hands like this pressed together, we're activating our whole body during that prayer and opening up all the chakras and activating that umbilical cord I was talking about back to where we were before we were born. So anytime you feel like, God, I don't know, I feel like I'm not quite in my body. I don't feel like I'm grounded. I don't feel like I'm centered. I feel weird. Put your hands together and just push on them. Just push on them. Don't worry about what other people are thinking. The people who know will go, oh, she's grounded herself, and just go on with their task. And those that aren't are going to go, she must be praying. And that's a good thing too. So let me tell you a little bit about me before we get into more of the show tonight. I think I mentioned earlier that I am a 3-time breast cancer survivor who survived stage 4 recurrence, which is, there weren't a whole lot of people surviving that back when I did. Usually if you got recurrence, that was like it. But it's not anymore. And there are more of us coming forward and saying, no, it's not like that anymore. You can do it. Sometimes it's not enough just to work on the earth plane. Sometimes we have to work on both planes. And so you might be asking, which many people do ask me, if you weren't supposed to die, why did you get recurrent stage 4 breast cancer? And the answer is we're human beings and we have a tendency to get sick. It's dis-ease. When we're going through a lot of stress, maybe your parents are ill, you've been trying to take care of them, it's breaking your heart. Mommy and daddy aren't doing well. And it's quite possible that soon you're going to be an orphan, like I was. And that was very disconcerting. I was losing my parents, the people I'd known all my life. Probably even before I was born, I could hear my dad's voice when my mother was carrying me. And so losing our parents is normal. Yes, it is. It's normal for children to lose their parents. It's not normal for parents to lose children, but it is normal. At some point, we got to lose them because they're a lot older than us. But it still really hurts, and it can discombobulate you. It can mess with your vibration, your healthy, high vibration. And sadness brings that vibration down. And when we vibrate at a lower level, we are diseased. We are not at ease. We are diseased. And we tend to come down with diseases. See how that kind of works together? So it's very important. Very, very important. And it's much easier to say this than to do this. When we are under tremendous stress, it's so important to do meditation and to do prayer to get our vibration back, just like we did, like we just did, to feel that vibration in us. We're vibrating at a very high frequency. And that does not allow dis-ease to enter our body, because dis-ease enters when we're vibrating at a low frequency. So make sure when you see something and you figure out how this will work for you. For me, I just pat my heart when I see something that's truly, truly disheartening to me, the heart, disheartening to me. Maybe it's an animal hit on the side of a road. I know, something as simple as that can knock your vibration down low. Or your pet is getting old and the time is coming soon when our pet's going to be crossing over, waiting for us on the other side of that rainbow bridge. It's disheartening and it makes us sad. And when we get sad, when we allow that sadness to set in, when we think about it on just an earth plane level, that sadness can bring down our vibration. And when our vibration comes down, dis-ease can set in. So I encourage you, in order to stay healthy, to make sure that you keep your vibration high, as high as you can, considering the circumstances. So in my case, I was losing my mother to colon cancer at the same time we were moving. Yes, to another state. And so my frequency was, and my mom didn't want me to go because she knew she was dying. I knew she was dying. And here I'm being ripped apart. I'm married. I have a husband. I have made a commitment, and you kind of feel like you're being torn apart. Half of you can go with your husband and half of you can go with your mother. No, it doesn't work like that because you're a whole person. And so that vibration that makes you so sad can become very low. And that's what happened. The dis-ease set in. That was one of the things that happened. Another thing that happened, because I remember speaking with my spirit guides and guardian angels, that I chose to get cancer when I was on the other side, before I was born, in order to show the world that that medicine is a gift. It's a gift from God. And you do not worship a gift. You worship God. And so my goal in getting that disease 3 times was to show that medicine often can only go so far, and then comes God. And God can do anything because God performs miracles. Medicine is the gift from God to help those miracles happen sometime, but the real miracles come from another place. So anyhow, we've got to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about dancing in the eye of the storm, which I had to learn to do to keep my vibration high. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
What if dreams can diagnose your life? What if we can meet the love of our life in dreams? Join host Kat O'Keefe-Kanavos, the #1 internationally best-selling author of Dreams That Can Save Your Life, written with Duke University medical doctor Larry Berg. Dreaming Healing is where we'll explore dreams, research, and interpret dreams from you, the caller. Dreaming Healing shows can be heard every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Are miracles real? Can you move from mayhem to miracles? 30 prominent authors say yes as they share their high fives and down lows of challenges, abuse, addiction, and love. Experience hope, the magic elixir of miracles, through the personal stories of New York Times bestselling authors James Redfield, Dr. Bernie Siegel, Sister Jenna, Reverend Temple Hayes, and many more. If you like bestsellers, chaos to clarity, and crappy to happy, you'll love crying and laughing through mayhem to miracles. Sacred stories of transformational hope. Available now on Amazon and in bookstores worldwide.
Did you know that every word you speak matters? What you say and how you say it can make or break a relationship or shift the outcome of any situation. Are your conversations making a difference? Faith in God, gratitude, authenticity, and giving are Teresa Velarde's heart. It's in this spirit that she's focused on making a difference in the lives she's blessed to touch. Conversations That Make a Difference is now on syndicated Dream Vision 7 Radio Network every Tuesday at 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time, with live call-in shows every first and third Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern.
In a world facing annihilation, a miraculous African nun rises to become the first female pope through a web of war, murder, and betrayal. Loved by some, hated by many, she becomes the deadly target of Islamic terrorists and her own cardinals as she introduces a new vision that will either save humanity or accelerate its destruction. 4 people must race against a nuclear holocaust to learn her astonishing secret. Pope Annalisa is available at petercanova.com, Amazon, and other online booksellers and bookstores worldwide.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back to Dreaming Healing on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. If you're just tuning in, I'm Kat Kanavos. I'm the host of Dreaming Healing. And tonight we're going to be working on chapter 7 of my book, Surviving Cancerland. And I wrote these books because they are actually pathways to wellness. It's not just my story in the book and just the dreams that helped me survive. There's also lessons in there. There are keys to survival. And we're going to be going through the ones on chapter 7. But my multi-award-winning books are translated into multiple languages. And I have shared them on many platforms, including Dr. Oz, The Doctors, George Noory's Coast to Coast AM, to name just a few. So let's get on to Dancing in the Eye of the Storm, which is on page 38 for those of you who are following along. So I'm going to read a little bit of this, and then we're going to get into some of the lessons from it. So Dancing in the Eye of the Storm. So I started out this chapter with a saying from Alice in Wonderland, from the book Alice in Wonderland, because that's what Surviving Cancerland was all about. It was like a dream. You didn't know what was going to happen. You couldn't wake up from it. It was like a nightmare, really. And you were never really sure what was going to happen during treatment because the doctors didn't always know what was going to happen when they were treating you. It was a bit like Alice in Wonderland with the white rabbit and, all the rest of it. So I can't go back to yesterday because I was a different person then. That was from Alice in Wonderland. And it's so true. Every day, just like 10 minutes ago, you were a different person than what you are right now. Because 10 minutes ago, you didn't know about some of the things I was talking about. It hadn't affected you. Perhaps you didn't know that if you put your hands together in the prayer position, it activated all of the nerve endings in your whole body. And it was a spiritual practice that many spiritual people do all the time, even if they're walking around. If you see somebody do that, it means, well, maybe they're feeling ungrounded right now, or there's some negativity they're picking up, because intuitives can pick up negativity when they walk into a room. They can pick it up. They'll look around the room and they'll go, well, I'm not going to go over there. That's where it's coming from. I don't know what it is, but I'm not going over there. And so, you are different now than you were just 3 minutes ago. Every second counts. And the affirmation that I wrote is, I believe that God will not give me anything I cannot handle. It takes a long time to trust in that. And it took me a while to grow into it until I finally hit a place of total surrender, when things just kept getting thrown at me, and treatments and doctors and everything wasn't going the way that I knew it needed to go. I realized that there was finally a moment of do or die. There was a moment where I had to say, I can't do this alone. And I'm really good at controlling stuff, but I cannot handle anymore. I'm done. And it's at that point you reach total surrender, where you say, God, I'm done. If you want me to live, if you put me down here for a reason, help me. I am totally surrendering to you. Thy will be done. If I'm going to die, you'll see me soon. And if I'm not, guide me. I will take your guidance. But other than that, I'm done. And you will be amazed at what happens next. He heard you. She heard you. It heard you. Whatever you want to refer to God as, God's always listening. We have that connection, that umbilical cord, through dreams, through intuition, through gut instincts. And you're going to be amazed when you totally surrender. Not just say it, not just say it. Oh God, I surrender. No. You got to believe it. You got to live it. You've got to be there where I don't care if a Mack truck comes in through this window and runs me over. That must be what you wanted, so be it. Amen. When you hit that total surrender, there's a power in surrender that you can't get any other way. And the power of surrender is unbelievable. Just try it the next time you are faced with something that you cannot seem to control. And then step back and let go and let God. Just step back. Tell God first you're surrendering. You are giving into the power of surrender, and you have surrendered yourself and your soul to him, her, it. And then step back and let go and let God, and watch what happens. And write it down. Get yourself a journal. Write it down in the journal so that you can go back at a later date and read it, because you're not going to believe it otherwise. I guarantee you it's going to change your life. Changed mine. So starting on page 38, the party's over. I'm sitting on the examining table in Dr. Kritchner's office, awaiting my official and hopefully final pathology report. I had 3 reports come in. Every single time it changed. I was done. I'm so anxious, my feet won't be still. This is my new emotional roller coaster ride. I thought my nerves were bad in the waiting room, but this is far worse. My heart is racing and my blood pressure is 154/94. My normal blood pressure is 117/72. My ears pound as my right eye and my right leg twitch. This constant hurry up and wait reminds me of life in the military. How did Mom handle this anxiety when she received her death sentence just 6 months earlier? Well, I now receive mine. It's frightening to think Mom's past situation is now my present one. Am I just feeling sorry for myself and acting like a big baby? Well, I'm about to wet my pants, and I just used the bathroom seconds ago. Dr. Wagner had referred us to Dr. Kritchner, head of surgical oncology, who looks like Alice's Cheshire cat with an ear-to-ear grin and a rotund body. I feel like a combination of the White Rabbit and Alice. I'm late, I keep hearing in my head. Hurry up and take this pill or eat that piece of kombucha mushroom and let's see what happens. Maybe I'll get well, or maybe I'll slowly disappear, a body part at a time, starting with my breasts. And while we wait to see what happens, let's continue the mad tea party of examining tables. Everybody grab a gown, move down one room, and don't forget the dormouse. We'll need it for the hundreds of computer printouts they'll stuff into my file. This is my new reality, half fairy tale, half reality, crouched on examining tables, twitching like a white rabbit, and watching the clock in hopes that I'm not too late. But for what? Well, now that's the real question, isn't it? We'll soon find out. Dr. Kritchner enters the room with his grin, waves my pathology report above his head, and does a soft shoe dance as he spins around. Oh, this has to be good news. Finally, good news. Maybe I don't need to have my breast removed. The bad news? I still need a second surgery to check for clear margins and lymph nodes. So today's final pathology report has been moved down to my next to final pathology report as the mad tea party continues. The report also showed the tumor is 2.1 centimeters, the beginning of stage 2 cancer, not the 1 centimeter or stage 1 cancer in the previous report. More coulda, woulda, shoulda sets in. I should have had an oncology surgeon perform the surgery, or at least been present at my first surgery. Maybe then I wouldn't need this second surgery. Sitting on the table now, I remember asking Dr. Wagner, who's going to do my surgery? And again, his answer, I am. An oncologist won't be necessary. I wonder if the anxiety I felt at the time was my spiritual guides' gut instincts screaming at me. Why did I not listen to them again? Would I ever learn to listen, or must I always take classes at the University of Hard Knocks? Well, when I finish this course of Cancer 101, I will graduate with a doctorate in voices and crisis management. My thesis will be voices. To listen or not to listen? That is the question. So yes, a biopsy, while the lump was still pea-sized, would have helped to determine whether I needed an oncology surgeon, surgery at all. Was the lymph benign or malignant? Had I known all this then, I wouldn't be sitting here now. So what I found that when I called my mentor at that time, I had a great spiritual mentor. And I told her all this that I just read to you. She said something to me that was profound, and I'm going to share it with you now, so that you will never have to go through the woulda, coulda, shouldas. You'll never go through the woulda, coulda, shouldas again. She said to me, you are where you are in life right now because that is exactly where you need to be at this very moment. And you can't be anywhere else. And I remember looking at her and saying, what? What do you mean? And she said, think of life as a school. And every crisis you go through is test. And every test you pass prepares you for the next test. You cannot be angry or questioning about the responses that a kindergartner gives you when you're in college. A kindergartner is in kindergarten at that time because that's where they need to be, and they cannot be anywhere else. They cannot be in high school. They cannot be in college. Someday they will be. But right now, they are exactly where they need to be, and they cannot be anywhere else. And you listening to me right now, you are exactly where you need to be right now. And you cannot be anywhere else. This is where you must be. And this is what you must learn. And until you do, you won't move up a grade. So we're going to talk about this some more. When we come back, it's time for another break. I know they go really, really fast. And I'm going to share 4 really important lessons with you from this chapter and some survival keys. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
What if dreams can diagnose your life? What if we can meet the love of our life in dreams? Join host Kat O'Keefe-Kanavos, the #1 internationally best-selling author of Dreams That Can Save Your Life, written with Duke University medical doctor Larry Berg. Dreaming Healing is where we'll explore dreams, research, and interpret dreams from you, the caller. Dreaming Healing shows can be heard every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Why are we here? How can we be happy? Questions asked from millennials to boomers. Crappy to Happy, Sacred Stories of Transformational Joy answers them using true stories of grit, grace, and love. James Redfield, author of The Celestine Prophecy, wrote in the foreword, "This book is a seminar about emerging truths and offers grounded solutions through the art of the comeback." Dr. Bernie Siegel, a contributing author, wrote, "Bodies die, but spirits and consciousness survive and recycle." So, grab some tissues, open your book, and prepare to cry and laugh till it heals. Crappy to Happy by Reverend Ariel Patricia and Kathleen O'Keefe-Kanavos. Available from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and booksellers worldwide. Have you met your physician within yet? The Nautilus and multi-award-winning book, Surviving Cancerland, Intuitive Aspects of Healing, is a memoir that takes you down the rabbit hole of healing dreams and interpretations, mixed with conventional medicine and treatments. Listen to the hookah-puffing caterpillar ask, "Who are you?" Dr. Bernie Siegel says Kathleen's story is powerful, honest, and eye-opening. Surviving Cancerland, Intuitive Aspects of Healing by three-time breast cancer survivor Kathleen O'Keefe-Kanavos. Buy the book and audio at KathleenO'Keefe-Kanavos.com and worldwide through Amazon and other retailers. Darkest hours to brightest moments, transformation from despair to happiness, and chaos to clarity. Real people, real pain, real healing. Life-threatening illness, death, abusive relationships, divorce, and overcoming addiction are challenges these men and women faced head-on. See how they emerged stronger and happier. Buy the new book, Chaos to Clarity, Sacred Stories of Transformational Change by Reverend Patricia Caginello and Kathleen O'Keefe-Kanavos. Available on sacredstoriespublishing.com and worldwide through Amazon and other retailers.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back to Dreaming Healing on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. I'm your host, Kat Kanavos, and we were talking about intuition and voices and how life is kind of a school, and you are exactly in the class you're supposed to be in when you're in it. And when you learn a lesson, when you go through a lesson and you absorb that lesson, you're ready for the next step. And you're not ready for that step until you're ready for the step. I know it sounds confusing, but life is confusing. So when do you listen to the voices? This is somebody sent me this. When do you listen to the voices and your intuition? And when do you tell those voices to shut up? I love it. Well, you tell those voices to shut up and that intuition to take a hike when it's telling you to do something bad. When it's telling you to do something that is against your heart, breaking the law, hurting someone. Those aren't your spiritual voices. Those aren't your guardian angels. That's something else. And throw it in a room in your mind and lock that door. Because your spirit guides and guardian angels are never going to encourage you to hurt someone or something. They're not going to do it. They may encourage you to walk away and thereby grow up. Because obviously, if you're with that person, there's a connection. Maybe you need to sever the connection. But they are never going to tell you to hurt someone or do something bad. They're not going to do it. So I want to share some valuable lessons I learned in my class from hell, going through cancer therapy. at the University of Hard Knocks. I called it UHK. The first life lesson is to go to the professionals who handle specific problems. Specialists are specialists for a reason. They specialize in something. So if something is wrong and you have a feeling it might be cancer, your intuition may be speaking to you, your dreams, your guardian angels, whatever you want to call them, go to the specialist. I didn't. I stuck with my general practitioner and ended up being operated on and had blood transference in the operation with active cancer. Yeah, I hope your hair is standing on end because mine was when I realized that. And I think his did too. So maybe I had to go through that because I'm still here. I'm talking to you for him to learn that if there's ever a question about the big C word, pass it on to a professional who deals with that. Don't try to be everything to everyone. And don't allow someone to try to be everything to you. I wasn't strong enough at that time to take my stand against him, stomp my foot, stand in my power, speak my truth. But I'm encouraging you to do it because by the end of my journey, I was a force to be reckoned with. I'd had enough. And I put it all in my book. And I'm hoping that if you're in that place now where you need that extra strength to reach that level of wellness, you'll go get my book and read it. It will be worth every single penny you paid for it, because I am sharing my lessons with you so you don't have to go through them as badly as I did. You may still get faced with them, but you don't have to suffer like I did. And that's another thing. I didn't really suffer. I chose. It was a choice. To be in pain is human. To suffer is a choice. You can be in pain and know you're going to get out. But suffering and suffering people is a choice. Choose not to do it. That's my tip to you. Don't do it. Don't play the wait and see game like I was waiting and seeing one pathology report after another pathology report. Nobody really knew what the real answer was because I hadn't gone to the professional. I hadn't gone to him. I was blocked by my general practitioner. Yeah, I considered beating him over the head with my book, but I didn't. When you don't do that, and when you don't seek out that professionalism, it can have deadly consequences. And you'll seldom win. My consequences could have been my life. Lesson number 2, go somewhere reputable for all of your type of testing. Do your research. Become an e-patient. Go online. Find the most reputable place to give yourself an edge and go there for whatever you need to have done. Biopsies, blood tests, mammograms, MRIs. All of that's really important. Lesson number 3, yell and scream if lesson number 1 and lesson number 2 don't put your gut's instincts at ease, even though the test results are within the normal range, like mine were. If your gut instincts are telling you no, it's not, and these tests are saying, oh, yeah, everything's fine, yell and scream until you get a second set of tests, because life lesson number 4, there are no norms. You're not a norm. You are an individual. Nobody else has your fingerprint. Nobody else has your exact DNA. You are unique. Norms are for things that aren't alive. Because as soon as you put the seed of life into anything, it blows the norms right out of the water. You may have a norm for a big group, but you are not a norm. You are an individual. And so you need to demand to be treated as such. There's only you. Be your own advocate. When voices, intuition communicate with you, listen. They are seldom there for just chit chat. Dreams are seldom there just for entertainment. So the survival keys is seek a second opinion. Anytime you, even if you get the information that you wanted, seek a second opinion, because second opinions can save lives. Learn that you are responsible for yourself. Nobody else is responsible for you. And I used to say this all the time to people who would say, just listen to your doctors, just listen. If my doctors are wrong and I die, life's going to go on for them. I'll be gone, but tomorrow is just going to be another day for them. I must listen to myself. And as I told my doctors once, I'd much rather die from my mistake than from the hospital's mistake. And that did get their attention. So don't allow yourself to be dismissed. You're too important. If you're not important to anybody else in that room, you're important to you. You do not allow anyone to ever dismiss you. And if you feel like they're just not listening, stand up. Physically stand up and look at them. They'll get it. Yeah, they'll get it right off the bat. Be that squeaky wheel until you are heard. So that's it for my book for this session. And I want to talk a little bit about dream tips. If you're a writer, use your dreams to safely revisit your emotions in your writing, to draw the reader into the situation rather than just telling them what happened. It gives you the opportunity to safely revisit danger and pain, and now look at it from two new points of view. The old one, in your new place, remember you were exactly where you needed to be back then when you did that, and you couldn't have been anywhere else. And now you are exactly where you need to be right this moment. You can't be anywhere else, but you can look back through your dreams and allow the reader to experience the depth of emotion you survived and coming from those unique 2 points of view. Okay? So now let's talk about upcoming events. On Thursday, May 8th, from 6 to 8 Pacific time, I'm going to be on the Kelly Powers, the Night Hawk radio show out of Santa Cruz, AM FM station. It's the same station that George Noory's Coast to Coast is on. And you can listen into it by clicking on www.ksco.com. Anyone can listen, and you can call in and talk to me at 831-479-1080. That's 831-479-1080. And that's KSCO News Talk Radio, AM 1080 and FM 104.1. And you can find that again on my website under upcoming events. Just go there, click on it, and hey, you can listen to it right away. And we still have room on the Read, Write, Relax, and Get Published, the Spirit at Sea Dreamy Writers Conference Cruise. It is filling up, but there's still room. It's still only $1,500 per person inside a room. And if you have any questions, you can either email me at katkan@comcast.net, and that's KATKAN @comcast.net, or you can call Michelle Prey at 800-658-6869. And again, that's on my website too. So until next time, remember, everybody dreams, but some dreams save lives. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for joining us this evening, and a big thanks to our producer. Tune in next time to Dreaming Healing for more cutting-edge research, live dream interpretations, and stories with radio host and award-winning author Kat O'Keefe-Kanavos. Listen every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Time with call-in live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dream Vision 7 radio network. Remember, everyone dreams, but some dreams save lives. Live your dreams. Find more about Kat at KathleenO'Keefe-Kanavos.com. That's Kathleen with a K. OKEEFEKANAVOS. Or The Queen of Dreams on Google search.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.